What is up, everyone, and welcome to another video here on the channel. Just wanted to apologize for the lack of uploading over the last few days. I have the videos recorded and stuff like that. I just need to get them edited. Been a bit busy just with a few things. I'm working on a ebook for beginners on how to combine strength and flexibility for optimal gains, which is basically going to contain everything that I have learned of training the way I do, trying to get strong in a big range of motion with a lot of focus on movement, and not just like only lifting the most heavy weight. So you're gonna be lifting a little bit less weight, but on the other hand, you're going to work in a bigger range of motion, which is gonna be a really good thing. So it's rather that you want to maintain a good range of motion, and so basically what it means, like for me, like training, like in a way with full range of motion, is that the limiting thing should not be like only be your strength when you're trying to train that way. You should be able to train a full range of motion, which forces you to use less weight. So you are adjusting the weight you're using to the range of motion that you're weakest in, which is usually in the lengthened position for a lot of us, like, in the squat, in the good morning, in the flies, things like that. That is where we're weakest, and that's why we tend to leave out range of motion to lift more weight. But if you just lower the weight and did more range of motion, you'll get more benefits than you do from lifting heavier weights through a shorter range of motion. And that is essentially what this whole thing is about. And then it also just contains a lot of bodyweight stuff whenever possible, because it's just a lot of fun, I believe, especially for beginners. They need to use the body in like as many ways as possible. You can get a lot of shit out of doing dumbbell presses, doing not dumbbell presses, doing ring push-ups, doing normal push-ups on the floor, pull-ups, rows, like inverted rows with your own body, just stuff like that with no weight, where you're moving freely and learning to control your body, stabilize your own body. I believe beginners should train that way also because it's very friendly on the connective tissue and can build up strength on that easily. And then just contains a big amount of volume, like things that like density training to build up your work capacity. Because obviously beginners lack that. I don't think beginners should just train 3 sets of 5, especially because when you're a beginner, you a lot of people come from a background of having never done anything at all before, and back in the days when people had never trained, they would probably have spent a lot of time in the woods, or with their friends, just playing soccer, stuff like that, and would have built up some kind of strength in their body. But nowadays, because we have phones, we have computers, we have streaming and everything like that, people are using their body way, way less. So when they go into the gym, they have no strength in their connective tissue. And we all know that doing sets of 5 is not going to build a lot of strength in the connective tissue. It's not going to build a lot of size compared to like just like sets of 8 to 15. So we're not getting a lot of like easier reps where we just get blood flow and limits injury. And for beginners, that is extremely important to have that kind of stuff, is what I believe. And so a lot of my training is focused around that. Using progressions like you see me using here, where I'm doing the top set and the 3 sets that are only half the reps. So despite them not being to failure, it means that you can get in quality work Um, and you have seen with me, even then, it's still giving me exceptional results. Despite the 3 following sets that I'm doing, like if I do like 12, 6, 6, and 6, then the sets of 6, they're not all the way to failure. But despite of that, I'm seeing extremely good progress. You have seen how much my flies have gone up. I'm now up doing like sets of 10 on it with 28 kilo dumbbells. Despite only taking like one set to failure and then some easier sets. And my chest has seen huge growth from it as well. Yeah, there's also like our normal like progression models, like usual double progression, where you're just doing all sets in a range of like 8 to 12, and like when every set hits 12 reps, you just go up in weight instead of it being like the first set is like 10 to 20, and then like 3 sets of half the reps, and when the first set hits like 20 reps, you go up in weight. And then you also have like progressions where you're doing like all out in all sets, but it's just when the first set hits the top of the rep range. So let's say you get the top of the rep range is like 20 reps. So you get 20, you get 16, and you get 13 reps. So then you're going up in weight in all sets. It's not to be like confused with dynamic double progression, where you have to like only go out in one set at a time. So if you if I had only 20, 16, and 13 reps, instead of going up in all reps, I would just go up in weight on the first set. So I would be down on like around 10 reps again. And then in the following 2 sets, I would then still be using less weight until I hit 20 reps and then move up in weight. And it's also not to be confused with like usual double progression, because there I have to get all sets up to 20 reps before moving up. So essentially I'm making the like double progression jump with all sets going up in weight, but just when one set hits the top of the rep range. And I like to use that kind of progression for like arms and low and easier muscle groups that can tolerate that kind of high intensity. Not so much for lower muscle groups. Anyways, this was a really good training, and you saw me hit 3 paused front squats with 155 kg, which was a huge PR, and not even all the way to failure. Anyways, that is all for this video, and I hope to see you all for, I don't even know, like day 48, 49, something like that.